Hey guys, it's October. Everyone knows that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but many may be surprised to find that October is also Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. And I wanted to create this video for any of you that have experienced pregnancy and infant loss. Whether you were the one that's pregnant, whether your partner was pregnant, whether it was your daughter, your sister, your friend, whether it was your mother, I want you to know that you're not alone. I want you to know that your healing process is your healing process. And though you likely will never get over this, you can get through this. You are absolutely capable of getting through this. And I hope that you're not comparing your healing process to anyone else's. The way that you heal, whether or not you cry, how often you cry or don't cry, whether or not you journal, whether or not you how quickly you return to your routine, whether or not you want to talk about it. Your healing process is yours, and it's not always going to look like anyone else's. So I just wanted to share with you my experience with pregnancy and infant loss, so that you are sure that you're not alone in this. If you know me, then you may know this, you may not, but if you do, then you now know someone else who has experienced this. And I think my experience is a bit unique because I was not pregnant. So I was not the mom in the situation, but it did still affect me. And I think that's important too. So I was 9, and my mom was pregnant. She was having a baby. And I was so excited because I've always wanted a sibling. Like, everyone always jokes about how I'm an only child, but I don't have only child syndrome. I never really ever wanted to be an only child. I always wanted a sibling. So when I got the news that my mom was pregnant, I literally was so excited. I was planning out names. I was just thinking about all the things we're going to do together, and I was like, I'm going to be a great big sister. So excited about it. And it was in the fall of 2009. No, not 2009. I wasn't 9 years old in 2009. The fall of 1999. Yeah, got it. Yeah, guys, it's okay. So the night before Thanksgiving, I went to bed. My mom was cooking, and I was really excited because this was like pre-Thanksgiving knowledge days. So Thanksgiving used to be my favorite holiday. And I went to bed to the smell of delicious things. And when I woke up the next morning, it was very quiet. And I woke up the next morning and my mom was gone. My aunt was there. And my aunt had said that my mom had to go to the hospital. And I asked her why. And she said that she wanted to let my mom tell me. And when people say that, when people say like, oh, I think it's best if your mom tells you, or I don't want to tell you while you're driving, or, whatever. You already know. You already know it's bad. But like 9-year-old me was still very optimistic. So when I got to the hospital, my mom was very brave. She was extremely brave. And she explained to me that she had a miscarriage, and that I was not going to have a little brother. We decided that we were going to call him Kajay. We went to North Carolina at some point during the year and met a woman whose son was named Kajay, and we thought, oh, what a unique name. Like, what a very special name. And we liked it. He was also a fun baby. You want to name your little brother after a fun baby. So, based on my memory, she explained everything to me. I didn't understand it, but I also didn't want to be like dramatic because I understood that, she needed to process things as well. A woman came in and prayed with us. She also brought Kajay into the room. He was very small. Excuse me. This was before he was able to really develop skin. So he was very tiny. He didn't really have any distinct facial features. I do remember that he at least had fingers and toes, but he was red, like brownish red. And, you know, like no body hair, nothing like that yet, but he was a little person. And it was, I remember thinking, wow, this is weird. Like, this is really weird. But they gave him a teddy bear and a blanket. And they put the teddy bear next to him. Took a picture of the teddy bear. We still have that picture somewhere. We chose not to keep the picture out. We put it away. And yeah, I do wonder sometimes how my life would be different if Kajay had lived. But I have learned, very hard lesson to learn, which is not to put a question mark where God has placed a period. And so 9-year-old Ciarra was heartbroken, but we leaned on each other as a family, and we got through it. So that's just a little bit about my experience. I'm curious to know if you're willing to, what was your experience like? What are some of the things that you do to heal? What about the days when you're thinking of your baby and when the baby comes to your mind, what is it that you do to either, sorry guys, to either commemorate, remember, heal? Do you take a moment? Do you journal? Do you paint? What is it that you do to sort of deal with that? How do you push through? So if you're willing to share, I'd be really interested to hear about it. Leave a comment either on the blog or under the YouTube channel. Either is fine. And yeah, I am looking forward to hearing from you guys. This month, if you know someone who's lost a baby, if you have lost a baby, think about some ways that you can celebrate that, because though they are not here with us, their life is important, their life is valid. They were still born. And I think it's ironic that this wasn't my experience, but when moms give birth to a baby that has died in the womb, they call them a stillborn. And I think they mean it quite literally. However, I like to look at it as if the baby was still born. This is still a birth. This was an amazing and unique experience between the mom and the baby. And I think perspective is important. So I'm interested to hear back from you guys. Let me know what you're thinking, what your experience was, and if there is a 5K, or if you want to wear a ribbon. Remembrance Day is October 15th. Participate if you can, because we experience much, much, much more pregnancy and infant loss than we like to discuss, and more than many of us actually know. It happens quite a lot. So, yeah, thank you for listening. I really appreciate you for coming by. I appreciate the support, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. Thanks. Bye.